Good man.
Cool. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use this call to run through and just check in with where we're at. So we've had celebration. I've just come off a few weeks off. So it was good timing. And I guess hitting the ground running for this 90-day game plan, the Spring Cleanse promotion. So checking in with where everyone's at, actually what everybody's goals are, and then what they're planning to do to hit those goals. So I'm going to kick off and just to share my goals over the next 90 days with you guys. So I'm really excited. I'm probably the most excited I've been for a long, long time, to be honest, with my Isogenics business. A bit of time off will often do that to you. So my goals, by the end of November, I'm going to be averaging 20 cycles a week. So to get there, September, I'm going to be enrolling 10 people, creating 4 consultants. October, enrolling 15 people, creating 4 consultants. I'm going to hit 2-star by the 8th of October. And November, I'm going to enroll another 15 people and create 4 consultants. And the main way I'm going to do that for me is increasing the number of lead sources I've got. So for me, that has been the biggest thing I've struggled with, is not having enough people to talk to. So it was go back and do the master list. I know you guys in Melbourne were lucky enough to have Alan there recently, going over the master list. So I've went and done that, and then I have got another 2 or 3 lead sources, and I'm actually going to be playing around with some Facebook marketing over the next 2 to 3 months to get some consistent leads coming in and just making it my number one focus. So I would love to hear from anyone who's game, if they've done put your hand up if you've done your master list since getting training from Alan, or if yeah, epic, cool. So what I'd love to hear, just because it's like along my raised hand, I would love to hear from you guys what everyone's goals are for the next 90 days, and then what are you going to do? I might just mute. There's a couple of what you're going to do differently to, say, other 90-day game plans, or what feels different, or what's going to happen differently to when you might have set similar goals before. So first of all, what your goals are over the next month, 2 months, 3 months, and then what's going to be different for you, how you're going to go about it. So who would like to put their hand up to go first? Mandy, and then Laura.
Okay. I'm probably not entirely clear just yet, because just coming off the spring cleanse, I probably was working towards something in that period. So that's obviously just finished today, and then I had planned on seeing where that finished to then reset going forward. So I haven't had a chance to do that today. But just, so maybe recapping, on my spring cleanse finishing today, I had really sort of pushed myself to try and hit 2-star this past week.
Awesome.
And I didn't get there, and that's, it's not justifying or anything like that. I think I've had lots of major pluses for this spring cleanse. I've definitely cycled at one of my biggest weeks, so that's a massive plus. It hasn't been the 2-star, but it's definitely been growth. And with that, the energy in, life comes and goes with everyone, and the energy that the girls have contributed, I sort of threw out there some incentives within my team, and that was fired up. So, so there was definitely some energy that changed around that. So that was really good. So hence, going forward, I know for the next month, just working with PK in the mastermind group around that Blitz week is probably the next focus. I haven't really thought too far beyond that yet. Again, I guess I'm sticking with to set myself this little benchmark now that like she sort of touched on, is, you know, stretch, stabilize, which that sort of really resonated with me. So, yeah, the goal is now for this next month to work towards, I sort of had a bit of a mentality around really focused action of probably holding off some enrollments to work on that 1 week. And when she explained that in the video about, you know, you don't want to really do that, that made sense. Yeah, just be consistent, keep that energy up with the girls in the team, and yeah, go for 2-star within this next sort of month again.
So what day would that be in that next Blitz week, or will it be in?
Yep, so by the 8th of October.
All right, nice.
Yep.
I'm writing that down.
Yep. Again, I guess my focus on moving, how to get there, is that I am pouring a lot of love and energy into my couple that are over in the UK, who are, I'm just trying to get them one more ticket to the ICU uni. So I've got one there. So just getting that, I'm just trying to think. No, that's in October. So that may not fall into that, but working with them anyway, they're excited. So I'm really pumped to have some fresh energy and work with them over that time, over this next month. And I'm just talking to more people, I think, about more the opportunity as opposed to really always coming at from a health spectrum.
Nice. Who else has made that?
Sorry, say again, Tal. Frozen. Yeah.
Hey, man. I was just saying, who's made that shift?
The last call,
As in,
asking who made that shift. Talk opportunity around just products. Oh, fuck. I'm back.
Sorry, I've lost all communication.
Hey, man. All Tully was saying is, who else has made this shift from talking more about product users to now talking about business builders?
In my team, is that who you're referring to? Was?
Yeah, I think he's just saying
on the call. On the call.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, sorry, on the call. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all good. So your goal is you've like went for 2-star in this Blitz week.
Yep.
And then you've sort of reset, and then 8th of October is 2-star for you.
Yep.
Love it.
And the thing is, you know, I have worked out, and as I had done previously, based on, you know, my week of auto ships and whatever, what needed to happen in terms of enrollments and even reactivating cleansers and all of that sort of thing. So I have and worked that out with the girls of what needed to happen. So, you know, I think just breaking that all down for all of them, it is really achievable. Like goals do become really achievable when you are working within the power of a team. So yeah, moving forward, I guess it's just trying to build back off the back of this energy and keep that going for them, and maybe starting, you know, starting that energy a little bit earlier for them so that they can see it straight through to the final hours of that Blitz week, so that, you know, everyone make their goals my goals, and everyone wins.
Yeah, exactly. Maintain that energy that you've built. Love it. Yep. Awesome. Who wants to jump in next to share quickly about their goals? And yeah, go, Laura. And then Koza. Nice.
Okay. So yeah, ours like you, Tully, just getting back to the actions and simple things, as Jackson Parr and Alan Hilsing has said more recently. So our goal kind of leading up to December is, Fibin's an apology, he had to work. Our goal is executive by December.
Nice.
And our action for that is switching to focusing on more leading indicators instead of lagging indicators. We were kind of doing the opposite, and focusing on leading indicators seems definitely more empowering and achievable. And then just Alan spoke about the Core 4 as well, which has been really, really helpful for myself, because I can fall into the realm of freaking out overwhelm. So that's definitely been helping. Yeah, and then again, keeping it simple, doing the master list has been really helpful. And then one of my big areas that I'd like to challenge myself with is event inviting, because that's probably so far has been one of my weaker areas. So I'd really like to kind of, push forward on stepping out of my comfort zone more with that.
And you've got David Wood coming up in November, so they've no better time to start practicing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Epic. So executive in December. Love it. Cool. I think, Roz, you had your hand up before, and then Koza.
All right. Am I off mute?
Yep.
Yeah, cool, man. So you and me obviously chatted today, but for everyone else, the goal for me is real simple. Like I've just said it a bit like what, I think Lovey sort of summed it up pretty well. It's like after 4 or 5 years of doing this, or 4 years now, it just goes back to the basics, if the consistency, the momentum drops off, it just goes back to finding the first 10 people that you can help. And then I know from that, 2 people will share it. And I know that when I'm aligned with, I guess, the vision and my values and then goals like this that are real specific and achievable, then it'll happen. And so something specific, Tal, is just get to the point of being paid as exec in the next 16 weeks. So September through to December. So let's say the 20th of December. So it's before Christmas, before it gets too hectic. And I'm just going to focus on helping 100 product users and then find 10 people that want to share it out of that 100. And the way I'm going to do that is a bit like you. I'm going to go through a bit of digital marketing, go through a lot of the master list. I've got about 500 names written down. And then people that say yes, I'm putting them just onto something online so that I can track the ones that have said yes and then take them through the sequence. And yeah, I guess the shift of energy that happened probably last week for me, I just started talking to people and there's already 2 people signing up. Well, there's one tonight at 12 o'clock. He's from London and his wife's signing up tomorrow. And then Colin called me out of the blue and said, I want to start this week. So it's just funny when you make a decision, how things shift really, really quickly. So
the power of intention.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, I had a chat with you about this today, Tal, but obviously a lot of you know that I've gone through a breakup with Chelsea and things like that. So life gets in the way and that's completely normal. And you can't force it. You just got to go with the flow of it and just accept that that's going to happen. And if you have to shift your energy short term, then it's always something you can come back to. And again, you just start from building up the consistency and momentum with your first 10 people and then just go from there. So hopefully that's a good thing to hear for anyone that is, a year or 2 years in the business, that I'm still doing that 4 years later. So, it's completely normal. And that's where I'm at, Tal.
Awesome. Love it, man. Exec, 20th December.
Yep.
Got it here.
Paid as.
Wicked. Paid as. Awesome. Koza.
Aloha, everyone.
What's going on?
Right, for me, just ticking along. Thanks, Tully, and congratulations, by the way, on your beautiful engagement. That's super awesome.
Thanks, Koz. Appreciate it.
For me, it's consistency. So, because at the moment I'm still associate, so I want to get to consultant in the next next 2 weeks. That's my goal. And for executive, that will be December. So that's my goal there. And pretty much exactly what Rose said, life gets in the way and you have, not gets in the way, but you have things that come up. So for me, just getting back, I've got my mojo back. So just getting into consistency, connections, that 3x3x3, just really simple, exactly what Rose said again, and just reaching out. So now I've got that courage, and more so that courage before confidence is to go out and connect with people. And I speak about not only the product and how it can actually, enhance life in that aspect, but also I speak about the opportunity too. And I do it with posture, which is what I've been learning, and it's fucking epic, and I'm loving it. So growing in that area, absolutely growing in that area, and just making some awesome connections with the team too again. So just reconnecting with everyone and yeah, it's super awesome. But for me, yeah, 3x3x3, very simple and just staying connected and also live. So because I've been pretty slack with our Be Well Spring Cleanse, but not slack in the sense that I don't want to do it. Slack in the sense just my my timing. So, but anyway, that's fine, and that's something I'll work on. So that's super cool. But yeah, so just working on areas. Yeah, Mastermind with Peter Kelly, which is super cool. Also joined Supercharge, which yeah, so super excited about, and yeah, just developing myself on a daily basis, and the business will grow too. Yeah.
Love it, Cos. Thanks for sharing. Epic.
Thanks.
Yeah, have I got to see a finger from the van? Go, love. Hang on, I'll unmute you if you can't unmute yourself. Gotcha. Fire away,
Got
lovey.
me?
Got
I was just saying I'm coming in a bit creepy in the dark because I've got to steer this bus. Firstly, a massive shout out to Cozza. First, I reckon the first ultimate pack I've ever seen go through our business was from one of her downline last week. So, absolutely massive. So I'll have to get her to share on how her team member got an ultimate pack because that's epic. My goal, you want to hear a massive goal? 5,000 people in our downline by this time next year.
Boom.
And the way that that's going to happen is that Rhea and I just enrolled two of the most influential people in Phillip Island tonight. So basically just finding more people of influence, and that's doctors, physios, chiropractors. I'm literally going to be going into every single health professional that is in Australia on this trip, because our belief in Isogenics, the company, the products, is so high that we've got nothing to lose. I want to tell everybody that I ever meet about this, and yeah, meeting those guys with that vision and being honest to them about not being able to do that on our own. We need people that have a vision of changing the world on our side. And to reach 5,000 people, we're going to need people that have a big reach. So, yeah, that's our goal. 12 months, 5,000. So that's about 4,000 in 12 months.
I love it, mate. That's an inspiring goal. And I reckon sharing that with people will, like it's already started to do by the looks of things. Yeah, that's freaking epic, man. I love it.
Cool.
Do you guys have any specific goals around the next few months?
Yeah, 3-star obviously has been something that we've been chasing for a while. So yeah, definitely. Look, I would say in the next month we'll hit 3-star on the road. Yeah, we're going to create massive momentum now and get those conversations at an all-time record in our business. So 1 in 10 starts. So it's as simple as that. And obviously all our team as well coming into spring and summer. It's just a great time of year for everybody to be firing up.
Love it. Love it, mate. Love it, love it, love it. And I have no doubt. Looking forward to some pre-celebratory drinks up at SKO.
Absolutely. We're up.
Did you guys decide to drive or fly up?
Yeah, we're driving, mate. The trek has started. We're about half an hour out of Phillip Island.
Good luck.
Yep.
Epic.
It's blowing its tits off here too.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, who's up next? Oh, we've got Hunty.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, man?
Not much. We're just same old, but our Rachel's here too. It's just our focus. She's here. Our focus is just more conversations and more conversations on the business.
Yeah, nice.
Really presenting it as a business plan and mapping it out for people. So we actually just got off the phone to the head of USANA. We met him in a bar randomly in America, in San Fran, and so random. But anyway, he said, look, I'm happy to do mentoring calls you guys every month. That's touch base. And we just had our first call with him, and it was pretty eye-opening that he spoke a totally different language to what I've heard. He's willing to jump on a call with the team, which is really cool.
Cool.
So we'll get him on soon. But basically, it's just mapping it out for people a little bit, because we come in, we have this opportunity that's so different to what people are used to, and when you're talking about the business, you really need to map it out. So having a bit of structure there to show people, that's our focus. So just more conversations, more focus on the business.
Nice. And have you guys set yourself a goal for spring, next 90 days, or next month, or what's your focus at?
I think initially, like after listening to Heidi McCallan, like I would love to hit executive, but I think our next goal is to get back to director. So I want to be realistic and be like, that's the next step. So that's what we're going to do, is get back to director, and then from there really push to get to executive. So I would director's going to be the next goal, but like in the back of my mind, I want to push that extra mile to get to exec, like by December 25th, 2017. So yeah.
And then we've got epic. I love it. Love it. Paid as director and then exec. Sweet as. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
That soon.
Where's Sarah?
Yeah. I'm not sure where Sarah's is.
Chris dropped off.
What happened to Scott Wood?
I don't know.
I'll put a message up in the group, Tull, about getting this guy on, because he no longer works for USANA. He's just a free agent. So
he's like retiring.
Yeah, he's retired. So just wants to mentor people and help them succeed. So
network marketing knowledge.
Freaking mind-blowing, guys. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, would love to hear more about it. Like, definitely.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll catch up for a chat soon too. All right, who have we got left? I see Marie up in the corner, and then Jack and Judy, camera off. Do either of you guys want to jump on? It's a bit stage fright. Yeah, go Marie. Love it. I'll unmute you. How do we do? Yeah, there we go. You're good to go.
Awesome. Sorry. So I've just got a new laptop, so I'm exploring Zoom other than on my mobile phone. So
nice.
Okay. So I've been really slack in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Have not done a thing.
Nice.
Haven't talked to anyone or anything. So refocusing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just on a call with the lovies before this one, and just getting back to the basics, just making my master list, making contacts, but also getting back to loving the product, because I'd been a bit slack with my cleansers, hadn't been doing them regularly, so you just start to feel a bit crap, really, don't you, when you don't do that? So I'm just getting on top of that so that I can feel good in myself, and then it's just going to flow really easy. So I don't even know where I'm sitting at the moment with my people. I've only probably got, I could count them on one hand, the people that I've signed up so far. But a lot have dropped off. So just revisiting them, just to see where they're at, whether they are keen to start again or what. But then making new connections. So next 3 months, hopefully I can fire up pretty well. So as for goals, I haven't really set any yet. This week was going to be my week to just sit down and do all of that. So
nice.
Hopefully I'll fire up.
And just post it in BFree once you've set them. And it's a good plan. Like, you've got to get feeling good first. If you try and talk about health and wellness and you feel like shit, good luck. So focus on yourself first, get yourself feeling good.
So that's one good thing.
That'll free up a bit of space, I'm sure. I can only imagine. Good stuff. Love your work, Marie. Good job. All right. So last couple, I know Ash just jumped on, so I could throw him in the deep end a little bit. Jack and Judy there as well. What we're doing, Ash, is we're just running through, Jack and Judy can jump. Well, Jack and Judy, do you guys want to jump on first then? And then Ash, you can have a bit of a think. We're just basically running through what our goals are at the moment for the next sort of 30, 90 days with the business, what our goals are, and then what our plan is to actually hit those goals. And we're just all sharing for a bit of accountability. So I'll unmute Jack and Judy and they can share, and then you can jump in after them.
Hey guys, it's just me here at the moment. Judy's just working. It's been an interesting one listening to everybody's goals. Had a bit of life stuff going on, as we all do from time to time. But I've been doing some Uber driving a lot in the last month, and I thought it's a perfect place where I've got a captured audience to refine my skills and have those conversations. And I've probably had anywhere between about, maybe 50 to 70 conversations, something like that, when people ask, oh, so what do you do? It naturally comes out, yeah, exactly, they can't leave. So, but part of it's also reading the responses that I get from people as well. And if they're open to a conversation, find out more, then I'll go there. If not, then I'll just drive them to wherever. And I haven't really set any clear goals going forward, but one of the things that I'm really looking at is, okay, well, what results have I produced from that activity? And I've probably got about maybe 4 leads out of about 50 to 70 conversations. And to me, that's actually quite low from my perspective. I think, well, okay, I've been taking that activity. Okay, the primary purpose is not to obviously have a chat about isogenics, but my intention would be to either increase the conversion rates or perhaps try, that's probably not my only form of attracting people into my business. As an example, when I did the Ice Body Challenge and was posting more regularly about my my progress, I should say, my responsiveness or inbound, likes or conversations went up a lot. So I think probably keep doing what I'm doing anyway, but shift it up a little bit more to getting onto social media. And I know if you're not on it and actively marketing in that way, it's pretty, let's call a spade a spade. It's pretty dumb if you really want to have a stable, strong, growing, thriving business if you're not taking care of that element in this day and age. And just, it's dumb, not for anybody else, but I'm just saying for me, because I know the responsiveness just from likes and comments when I'm actively doing that. So, that's probably where I'm at, because that's about as far forward thought as I've thought about it so far.
And the fact that you've got those numbers is a really good thing. And if it's about 4 or 5 from 50, that's 1 in 10. And I'd say that's about normal for the average person. So it's not a warm lead in terms of a cold lead. I'd say that's, and obviously you can increase your skills and conversion and that sort of thing, but at least you've got a framework to work with. So now it's a matter of sitting with what's a meaningful goal for you. And then you can reverse engineer that with the numbers and then put an appropriate time frame on it. And then that at least gives us some structure. Because then you're sort of focused, and then that will bring structure into everything else. So that's, a really good start with the fact that you've got those numbers there to work with. So, awesome.
Cheers. Yep. So just keep rolling. Test and measure.
Love your work, man. Yeah, exactly. All right. And lastly, we'll get Ash to jump on. So I'll unmute you there, mate. Thrown in the deep end a little bit here. But
guys.
Where are you at? What goals have you got going on at the moment?
Yeah, essentially, I've got a few things that I want to really step up to the plate with. Definitely social media. So that's something I've sort of been a bit lax on, and afraid of putting myself out there, I think. And just ramping that up, and also just increase the conversations that I'm having, in my social meetings, in my workplace in particular as well. There's some really good candidates at my workplace. So getting the product and getting the brand whilst I'm using it around the workplace in meetings and so forth in front of people, just to start that conversation and raise the awareness. And then also, I do have a very busy full-time job, but stop using that as an excuse as well, because a lot of people start off with really busy full-time jobs and want to work towards having that free lifestyle. So the longer you keep using it as an excuse, then it prevents you from stepping forward and into that free lifestyle that we're all working towards. And then the other thing is holding my sign-ups accountable. I've signed up a few people, and they still enjoy the KFC and McDonald's on the weekend. And I'm trying to have the conversations about help me, help you. What can I do to help you get your results if you're not helping yourself, and trying to guide them, because ultimately, they're going to be the people who are getting the results and being the product of the product, like we all want to be. So, they're investing in the products, but not getting the results. At the same time, it's like they're happy just to keep on doing that. So that's a little bit of a challenge for me at the moment.
Yeah. And that can be tiring. We've all had those. Put your hand up if you've enrolled a couple of those in your time. Yeah. And then you just start to get used to and start to put out the energy of attracting people who are committed, and you start having those conversations before they start. Because at the beginning, you'll kind of take anyone to get the ball rolling. You're just like, just get in my business. I don't care. Just whatever. Give me a credit card. Get in there. And then your posture will start to change around that. And I think, the more structure you can bring in the social media, and then sit with, like, where do you want to be at the end of this spring? Like, spring's a very fruitful time. So take the time out, 15, 20 minutes, and sit with it and just set a meaningful goal. And then you can, because then if you don't have that, then the doing the social media and those uncomfortable things, they won't come if you're not connected to something that actually gets a bit of a fire in your belly going. So it's definitely worth, even in a busy schedule, taking some time for that. And if you want to help with that, then hit me up. I'm more than happy to take some time and help you workshop that as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for that.
No worries. Awesome, guys. Well, that is a wrap. Like, I know there was no training tonight, but I think, like, to be honest, like, clarity of focus is more than, Roz has got something to share as well. But clarity of focus and being really connected to that. And I think it's really important. And then having people to hold you accountable as well. So for those that don't actually have an accountability buddy at the moment, then definitely get that, because you can really make this next few months with the energy that's shifted and take advantage of that. And without the structure, you'll sort of, life happens. So unless we're ruthless with protecting this time and this focus, unless you're consciously doing that, it'll be taken by something else. Like it always, we all know, what happens there. So, Roz, did you want to finish with something before we wrap up?
Yeah, man, I was just going to finish up with, I guess, what we talked about today, with, I guess, the strategies that are going on in the group at the moment. And, take my hat off to Mandy and Laura and Fib and the Lovies and Lockie and everyone that set up that that Be Well spring cleanse page, because it's such a cool strategy. And it's I'm not sure if you realize this, but it's a strategy that all the best digital marketers are using at the moment. Is they're all creating their own attraction, and then they're feeding them into a group, giving high value, and then from there, people are then saying, yes, I know you're having a conversation, and it's really easy to get them started from there. So even for the rest of the year, I think you and I talked about doing one, same thing, just keep it going for October 4, keep it going for November 4, keep it going for December 4, and just run the same promotion month in, month out, and keep that consistency and keep plugging people into that group. If it grows to 500, 600, 1,000, then we've got, potentially 1,000 people that are going to join the BFree community, the Be Well community in the next 3 to 4 months. And, people get started when they're ready. And there's already people in there watching. The 2 people I'm signing up today are people that I added into that group 3 weeks ago. So it's all working. We just got to keep it going. And, that was it, Tyler, just to see if everyone's keen to keep that rocking.
Yeah, because I think the question was when we started it, was it do we create a new group each month with each round? And I think we just keep the group going as it is and just have a second intake for October, because there's so much value in there. There's so much, and then we just start sharing results. And as people have wins, so these cleanses that we've signed up, start to shout them out in that group, especially if you haven't done the welcome in Be Well yet, but just sort of so that the people watching, there's over 300 people in that group, those people watching are seeing that. We can really leverage and capitalize. And then your IPA becomes very simple. Chat to someone, we're doing a spring cleanse, are you keen to check out the group? Add them in. And then just doing that and let that group do the work. It's not going to do the work for you, but it's going to be a touch point. So we've had Mandy unmute, and then we'll go Laura after that.
Yeah, I was just going to, if we can just be a bit of clarity around, we don't want to be adding welcomes and that into it though, do we? Because I think that's what made it different to...
No. I think the way it's running now is awesome.
It's just running a promotion cult.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mandy?
I was just going to say my thoughts around it was, okay, so this obviously now building, like Rory just said, building up the momentum for the next, okay, this has been so good, this is our next round kicking off or whatever, and whether or not we even just change the banner in it from a spring cleanse to a summer shred to a whatever, you know, that can just be updated as the months continue on, as obviously setting up a new group. But the other thought I had, and whether or not it's a good thought, maybe by following up and going back to the people that we've added in, whether it's just saying, right, well, there's actually going to be another round kicking off. Are you interested in staying in the page, or is it just something not for you? So again, trying to re-establish that connection with them and finding out whether they're actually keen to stay in or not.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And then you just like rinse and repeat as we go, and just saying to people, like, we've got these start dates, but just making sure people can start whenever they want, making sure they know that. And that can be just a little, corridor conversation that you have and be like, look, the next big one's coming up, but if you're keen to get started next week, we can do that or whatever. And then just make that the focus. Laura, did you have something to add as well?
So just following on from that, at what point do we then transition them through to Be Well?
So like I think you can do that as soon as you sign them up. Yeah.
So add them into both.
Yeah, so then they'll be in both, because you won't welcome them on enrolling them. Add them into Be Well, give them an introduction. They're officially part of the team.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. And then with the way that we've been doing the posts, so prior to the kind of start date, we've been doing transformation, other information live. Do we still want to do that same kind of schedule, or do we want to do less with the idea that there's going to be more celebrating happening because people are now starting to actually do it? What was everyone's thoughts on that?
I'm not sure. I wasn't sort of around for the first 2 weeks and the lead up to it, so I didn't sort of get as good a feel for the flow of things as you guys did. So I don't know. What is Mandy, Koza, all the guys that were Rory? Yeah, what do you guys think on that?
I just don't think it needs to be clogged up with too much of the celebrating, or that's what Be Well's for. That's the cleanse support page that's utilised for. So I think that's where that's all needs to happen. The support, the celebrating, the day one, the first cleanse, all of that needs to stay in there. Of additional info to add, Law. Obviously I think the lives have been really beneficial in so many ways, not only for everyone's own personal growth to get the balls to get up and do it, like for leadership development. Like, I think that's been really good. So, I don't know, even taking those to a different level of whether or not you can do like an interview on, you know, with one of your cleansers if they've started to have good results. I don't know, mix those sort of things up a little bit. And then, yeah, I don't know, in regards of other information, what everyone else's thoughts are on that. What do you think, Roz?
I was just going to say, both like your idea and Laura and Fibs, Fibs also not there, but they're spot on. And I'll share one strategy that I've seen work extremely well. I saw the Entrepreneurs Institute guys do this, and they did like a digital marketing campaign and then a word of mouth campaign. So we've obviously done the word of mouth campaign and got I think it's nearly 300-400 people into this sort of captive audience where, you know, you can talk about nutritional cleansing, you talk about health. It's very permission based. It's the whole Seth Godin permission based marketing. So you've got them into a closed group where you can specifically talk about that conversation. It pops up in their newsfeed, and when they choose to start is up to them. But if you hold that space for long enough, then you start celebrating someone that they saw started a month before who has then had that result. Just, you know, haphazardly through there. It doesn't have to be all the time. It's just the before and afters, but it'll be someone that's in that group that started, and then all of a sudden their before and after pops up in November. They're like, shit, it works. And then they'll be then prompted to then start maybe the December one, right? So, and I've seen this work really well. So the Entrepreneurs Institute got 13,000 people into their group. And I think I saw the stats. It was like 3% actually went to their first event. But after that, there's been like a 5%, 10%, 15, 20% increase over the last sort of like 3 to 4 months, because people need to build trust and rapport. And what they then do is they go and when they have an event, they'll post that into that group, and then people will see that it's happening, and they'll see someone they know that went, and then they'll be more inclined to then go and do it themselves. So it's capturing into a group. It's permission based. It's holding the conversation. It's them seeing, you know, some results, some trust and rapport. And then, like Laura said, as soon as they say, yep, let's start the program, you add them into the Be Well group, which is where they get all the cleanse support. So this is sort of just a holding space to have the conversation outside of the noise of Facebook and everything else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So essentially we'll stick with the exact same thing that we've been doing because that's been quite effective. So
yeah, and then the only change, guys, would be to have a different start date. So the next one, we can all do a team promotion towards October 4, and call it, you know, round 2 intake. Do you know what I mean? And then do the same thing for November 4 and then December 4. And then we can flip it and just change the group to Summer Shred after December. And just keep that momentum. And then, like, you guys set up a really cool rhythm. The whole team seems to be vibing really well. There's a lot of flow going on. So we can share the load that way, and then keep things going. And I think it'll actually start getting better and better the longer we maintain the consistency, to be honest.
Love it.
Cool.
Awesome. Love it.